I'm ready, yes. We recording.
We are rolling.
Good man, nice. Right, okay. I've got no preparation done for this episode, lads. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I went out last night to celebrate my 21st birthday, and
everyone believes that, by the way.
21st birthday, yeah. No one get in the comments, and got absolutely hammered. I asked my cab driver on the way home from this shoot. Do you know the shoot we done the other day?
Yeah.
My cab driver, I said to her, "How old do you reckon I am?" She went, "Mid-40s."
Was she looking in the mirror when she said that?
I just wound the window.
When you get punched in the face for a living, that is a national hazard, to be fair.
I think you look quite good for someone who does get punched in the face.
There you go. Benson, right? Anyone else got anything nice to say to me? By the way, if someone can guess this, what former Chelsea legend do I share my birthday with?
I know the answer.
You know the answer, so you're ruled out, and I'll give you guys one clue.
Legend is a very loose term.
I'll give you
I'll say.
What'd you say?
No idea.
Is it Gronk?
I watched the pod! I know these things!
Yes, but Gronk.
True fan.
Alright, I'll tell you what, I'll buy you a steak dinner if you can give me one more footballer whose birthday it was yesterday.
Oh, shit.
That's crazy.
Whose birthday it was yesterday?
Chelsea.
He was never a Chelsea player.
Oh,
Don't know if
he's
he even
retired
scored
now.
against us.
Darren Anderson.
Rory Delap.
No. Mario Balotelli.
Oh.
There you go. Anyway, in the cab, I actually thought I should get some stuff to ask you guys.
Great prep.
What's a successful season for Chelsea Football Club? I want your minimum, what you would be happy with.
Domestic Cup final. It's got to be, I think. I think we've got to try and push beyond what we did last season. I think we were feeble last year, weren't we? Like, that Newcastle game was kind of the first sort of, like, pin in the balloon. I'm like, what the bloody hell was that?
That was going out to Brighton was the worst moment of the season because, you know, like, I knew we were going to lose going to St James's, and that sounds really negative. I'm always the one that's really positive. I knew we were going to lose going up there. We'd just beat them in the league, like the game before, I think. And I just thought, hostile environment. They're like a 12th man, literally like, you know, the best fans in the league, and they can really, really help you up there or against us. So I knew we were going to lose that game anyway, but we need to be better in the Domestic Cup surely this season.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what, right? I'll ask a question. What would you rather? Bearing in mind, right, Josh, you're a season ticket holder. You're going to be at most of the games, so you're going to have to sit and live through it and everything. What would you rather? Would you rather we play the maximum amount of games, which means we reach every cup final, we finish a point off the title, but we don't win the title. We don't win any of the cup finals. Or would you rather we do a Spurs last season and finish 16th or something? But instead of them winning,
Spurs?
instead of them winning the Europa, instead of them
you know
winning the
who you're with? You're
Europa,
Chelsea fans,
instead of them winning the Europa, we win the Champions League.
I wouldn't want to finish 17th. Was it 17th or 17th?
Yeah,
So
17th.
what
I
I'm
wouldn't want to
saying,
finish 17th end of.
in essence, is would you
No,
take
you've
17th for a third Champions League
Joey,
trophy?
once again, as usual, you've taken it a step too far. You've taken it a step too far.
do you know why I'm going to pass up on the third star, which is nuts? It's the damage it does to the reputation of the club in the league, and going through that as a fan all season is actually not necessary. Like, we will win another Champions League. I can wait the year after. I waited a decade in between our wins, right? Roughly. We're not clamoring for it like we have to win it right now or it's game over, or it's not like we've never won it before. I need to see good progression and improvement in the team, and I feel like that will put them in better stead to win Champions League the year after or the Prem the year after, as opposed to a 17th where everybody's like, I'm off home, I'm out.
So
Real
wait a
Madrid,
second.
I'm leaving the club.
Is the World Club Cup, is that last season or this season?
Whatever suits the narrative best.
Okay, brilliant.
Whatever spin I'm putting on anything,
I'm
then that's
taking it
what
as a banked trophy for this season.
for both.
For
both.
Yeah.
Both.
For both.
It happened in sort of like an interlocuting, interdimensional
There you
time.
go,
didn't
there
it?
you go.
Yeah, where it's like both last season and
It's
this
like
season.
if a plane crashes, right, on the border between two countries, where'd you bury the survivors?
International waters. isn't
No,
it?
what's the answer?
Go on, I don't know.
Where'd you bury him?
I don't know, tell me. You know
You
the
don't bury,
answer.
you don't
At the
bury
border.
survivors. They survived.
Oh!
How the fuck have we got onto that? I don't know how we've got onto that. I don't know how we've got onto that. Right, okay. If we don't sign Javi Simmons and Garnacho, Would Mykhailo Mudryk be starting games for Chelsea had he have not got himself banned?
I want to know Nini's opinion on this.
I think it's a pretty easy answer, yeah. I think he would have. Obviously, he was doing quite good in the Conference League last season. Every game he was starting in the group stage, bagging an assist minimum, right? So, I'm not going to lie, man, I feel for the kids. I can't believe he purposely put himself in a situation like that. I just can't, I don't know, I don't know the industry, but I just can't.
Can I say,
Does
can I
anyone-
ask the question, how
on.
much of it was the Melodium? Like, how much of his talent was the drugs?
Well, I feel like I'm
didn't
fairly
expect that
experienced to speak on it, right?
I was gonna say, you know more than most.
It's not the most common, but it's a fairly common ped in boxing, right?
Oh, okay.
So, anyone remember Povetkin, who Joshua
Povetkin.
fought? Yeah, Povetkin got caught for it. A few boxers that you wouldn't have heard of have been caught for it, and basically,
Sharapova in tennis got caught.
Yeah.
that was it. And one of the things that I had noticed big time, could be a coincidence, is that Mykhailo Mudryk did look a lot stronger this season. However, I saw Kai Havertz play the other day. He looked a little bit stronger. No one's accusing him of doing anything.
You can do it now if you
it
want.
couldn't.
Stronger in what aspect?
I feel like he looks stronger
More
on
muscular.
the ball. I feel like he can't. I feel like if you were making a case that he knowingly ingested it, I feel like maybe you could make an argument that he came to the Premier League, didn't realise, wow, this is physical, and like my talent isn't just seeing me through here. Because I don't think he was that strong on the ball. Like I don't think sometimes I feel like he would make a pass to go for a 1-2 and he would just get cut off and not be able to run. And that could happen regardless. But I do feel like there was an uplift in his performances. So when this came out, you're always gonna draw that line and go, oh, was that an enhancement that you were getting
But
from
I feel that's so hard to determine because most of the games was only Conference League. He wasn't really playing in the Prem. You know what I mean? The quality
should
of
have been
position
banging
is
them in
so.
top corner.
But then
Yeah.
this is the thing that to sort of counter your argument. Then does he start for us in Premier League games if he's fit and available
I
right
think he
now?
was getting there. I just felt like this was the first time I saw Mudryk looking like he had a brain on the fields,
Yeah.
and he was part of a system instead of being his own guy.
Yeah.
So it was looking promising, and Maresca had a lot of positive things to say about this guy at the start of the season. So
For me, it
Bit of a shame.
depends on the aspirations of the team because, yes, he was looking better, but he had a very long way to go for me. A very long way to go. If we're talking about challenging for a Premier League title and Man City could get Rodrigo, we're talking about Ekatike off to a good start. We're talking about the intelligence and the IQ of the players in the attack like João Pedro, Palma, Estevao. Mudryk was not on that level for me, and he wasn't close.
But do you not think maybe now that we do collectively have more players like that with a higher IQ and a bit smarter on the pitch, do you not think players like Mudryk who have got that kind of electric moment in them where they could just be like, whoa, where the bloody hell did that come from? That
I've
can
got a
level-
question for all of
That's
you.
a positive and a
question for all
negative
of
because
you.
when we're watching, we need points. It will be like, why did you sky that? Where did that come from?
Yeah. But would you
Yeah, I mean,
rather have him or Garnacho?
But just quickly, do you want the chance to win 500k by using your football knowledge? Well, William Hill are giving you that chance with their brand new free-to-play game called Final One Standing. You have only got until Saturday to get your picks in. Basically, all you've got to do every single week is pick one team that you think are going to win in any particular round of fixtures. Here's the difficult part. Once you use one team, you can't use them again. So you can only pick that team once each season. Now, originally, I was going to pick Nottingham Forest to win on the opening day of the season against Brentford because I think Brentford have been torn apart and Forest are actually really good. But that element of surprise has now been taken away and people expect big things of Nottingham Forest. So when I look at these fixtures, I'm now more leaning towards Man City getting the away win at Molineux against Wolves. And if that comes off, then I survive. And then I have to prepare for who I think's going to win next week. And this is completely free to enter. No admin fees, no gimmicks, and there are guaranteed winners. All you need to do is hit my QR code on screen or use the link in the description and sign up to William Hill, where you can make your picks online or via the app. And don't forget that you need to look for the Final One Standing section within the app, and you need to place your first pick before Saturday. Remember, you must be 18 plus and living inside the UK and Ireland. Terms and conditions apply with the full terms in the link below. And most importantly, Always remember to gamble responsibly. Thanks to William Hill for supporting the channel. Let's get back into it.
Like, say he's not banned, say he's ready to play first week of the season. Would you rather sell Mudryk and get Garnacho or keep Mudryk?
Garnacho is more Premier League.
I personally would probably rather Garnacho. And the only reason, like, people think I'm a Mudryk hater. I'm really, really not. It's just the exact thing you said there about, like, just not really seeing that intelligent side of him. Like, I remember I was at a game when I think it was Nkunku came on and replaced Mudryk. And this is before Nkunku was giving out stinkers. This is when he was injured, but when he was playing well, right? And the difference straight away that substitution made, I was like, right, we're looking at a completely different level of intelligence here in terms of where to be, when to be there and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't really feel like I'm going to miss him if he's not here this season. I think we're all...
Well, he's not.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he ever going to play for us again?
No,
really
surely
bothered.
not. Surely
Not really bothered because we've got a boy named Estevao William, right? Am I pronouncing it right?
Yeah.
I'm sure someone
will
There'll be someone in the comments.
Yeah.
They did that to me the other day.
Mate.
I don't actually remember what the correct pronunciation is.
This is the
And I'm
thing,
not
we
gonna
get
try.
told every time and then we never remember.
Yeah.
So this is gonna get bookmarked. We need to think of some sort of prize for whoever gets this. How many across all competitions goal contributions does Estevao get this season?
20.
You're going 20. Whoever gets it closest wins a prize.
No, I go more. 30.
30 goal
contributions. 30.
Goals and assists in all comps. 30. That's
30.
pretty cool.
I'm going to go 19 just to have one under Benson.
You little trumper over there.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 18. Let's go one.
That's smart. That was smart.
I'm going to go 17.
I'm surprised no one's saying 41,
wow.
but
Let's go.
20,
Yeah,
22.
yeah, that's true.
22.
One
I'm saying
got
22.
middle.
22.
I'm saying 22, yeah.
I'm just looking at
Yeah.
game time.
Whoever
I think
wins,
you'll
get
whoever
this.
wins
You'll
this,
get
by
this.
the way,
You'll get
yeah,
this.
whoever
He's too
wins
good
this
to not
gets
play
to
football
pick
every
one
week.
of the
Yeah.
6 to have to buy him a steak dinner. That's what we do.
Okay.
At any steak restaurant. No, I'm
Do,
joking.
yeah.
I'm joking.
And if
I'm
I
gonna
pick
be that
Benson,
guy.
then he has to fly over and pay for his own flight. That's the beauty. We've all agreed to it, and there's no 20.
I think he's genuinely too good to not play. And I think when even in the friendlies, man, like he's literally not even been in England for like what, more than 10 days?
Yeah.
Probably. Like he's been with the players for 4 days.
He can't even communicate with them.
No, he can't even talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just smiles. And
Maybe he never
Right,
will.
yeah.
That's a good thing.
Maybe he
you know?
doesn't need to.
By the way,
I think it's working
He
for
might
him.
be a Gareth Bale, just never speak a word of
Yeah,
English.
that's it.
You know what I mean?
that moment where Cole Palmer goes up to him and goes, "Can't wait to see you play, mate, at Chelsea."
Yeah.
And he goes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That confusion, that was crazy.
I loved it.
But you know
Right.
what?
Go
You
on.
take over.
No,
Yeah?
you go.
I don't know. With Estevao, I do feel like the club has a responsibility to kind of put him on, because we didn't just sign him for the sake of it. You know, it took us a long ass time. You had Winston Lee and Stewart and these lot flying to Brazil back and forth to make sure this guy was going to be the number one. I think the club see him as like the ultimate face of the project. And there's a responsibility on us to make sure that he's used properly, he's integrated well, because this is a kid who has Ballon d'Or potential.
So how does that look, that integration?
I think that's minutes, that's game time. I think that's how he plays. And to be fair, I think we've seen all the signs that the club there was a plan to get ready for him.
When you say minutes in game time, are you suggesting like don't chuck him in at the deep end?
I think with players like Estevao, deep end doesn't exist. It's not part of the conversation.
Well, he's just a swimmer.
This is the
Yeah,
thing.
Because I had it with Palmer, right?
He's a
I remember there
Don't
was
know why I did that. Yeah.
He's a sperm
there was 2 games. There was the Bournemouth game. I think it was the game where Sterling hit the bar against Bournemouth and we drew.
What
There
a
was
player,
the
by the way. Does
Raheem
anyone want to
Sterling.
buy him? He's
Raheem
really
the
good.
Dream.
He's really good.
There was the game against Bournemouth when Cole Palmer came on as a substitute, and I think it was the home game against Nottingham Forest. Cole Palmer came on as a substitute. Both times, it's like, mate, you can't not start this guy. So we resisted starting him in terms of what I was saying there about throwing a kid in at the deep end.
Yeah.
We resisted starting him for like 2 games, and then we were like, nah, he's just too good.
That's the
sort of
thing.
Yeah.
I think it'd be the same thing.
I think the same thing's going to
Facts.
happen. So it's correct to manage him correctly. You don't want to throw him in. He's young. He needs to adapt and all of that. But I think after a certain amount of time, maybe a few games in, everyone's going to be like, flipping, he has to play. That's it. Because he's that good. I honestly think that's what's
Fitting
going
him
to
in
happen.
the team is actually quite difficult, though, because Pedro Neto has been so good on the
That's
right.
gonna
He's arguably our form player right now.
No, I was about to say, he is our most underrated player. Pedro,
I agree.
people do not realise, like, what Pedro Neto doesn't reflect on statistic boards and stuff like that all the time. Do you know what I mean? Like, we were talking about Reece James staying fit. Why do you fucking think he stayed fit? Because he's had Pedro Neto in front of him.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big difference between having Pedro Neto in front of you and having, let's say, Noni in front of you, for example.
Well,
And
to be fair to Noni, he was starting to track back quite a bit.
Yeah.
I get you.
I thought he got really good at that.
but there's still a big difference, isn't there?
Pedro Neto is like, he feels like a Willian almost for me. Like, he's going to be trusted by managers a lot because he's
Unselfish.
durable. He's unselfish. He does his due diligence. He tracks back. He could play wing back for Conte. Like that's how responsible he is. And to be honest, now that someone's in the box that is heading the ball in João Pedro, and we saw it with the goal, that them crosses are finally going to get put in, which is
delivery
which is
from both feet, by the way.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Pedro
yeah.
Neto.
Right and left.
And now we've got, like, I just don't see any way how he doesn't start most games for us. So realistically, if you're looking at that and you look at a Xavi Simons signing as well, someone's got to miss out. Palmer's gonna play more or less every game, right? Pedro Neto, I believe, kind of needs to play more often than not. Start more often than not, and maybe 60 minutes in, whatever, right? So you're only really left with that one space. If we're all assuming that either Liam Delap or João Pedro is going to play through the middle, you're only really left with that one space, aren't you? So it might actually be a case. It might actually be a case where we do integrate him into the team a little bit more, but it might not be for the intention of just being like, right, okay, we want to preserve him a little bit and we want to protect him. It might just be a thing of, look, there's a lot of games, but we've got a lot of players, got a lot of good players.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to sound a bit mad, but I just don't think Neto's spot on the team is as guaranteed as everyone's saying. I think, actually, there is going to be a bit of pressure on Neto because we got a kid called Kenda coming next season, and he's taking someone's spot on the team. And, you know, Neto had his moments. I think he definitely came in big near the end. I think Club World Cup raised his estimations, you know what I mean? You could be cynical and be like, well, we're playing against maybe weaker type of teams, cool. But I do think that Maresca is going to really rotate the wingers quite a lot throughout the season.
Do you not think what's going to happen is we're going to sign Garnacho, we're going to play him a bit in the Premier League, and we're going to sell him for 32 million quid to get £2 million profit next summer when Quenda comes in.
That's
That
more
could
profit
happen.
than that.
I don't
Arsenal
that's-
pays
that's-
60.
Really?
Yeah, 60.
You got Europe. You know what I mean?
Maybe Europe.
Got Europe,
They
you know?
They love
taking
it.
off players.
They love it.
Yeah.
But then there's always that risk if you don't sell him.
I think we're going to sell. I think Garnacho is going to be a one-season wonder at Chelsea. I don't think he'll play more than that for us.
Okay,
'Cause we
if
got the young player
Garnacho
coming
comes in and does do one season, is his one season better than Jadon Sancho's?
Oh, that's a very good question.
Because
Yeah,
you know when we talk
Sancho's
about
He was
underrated,
alright.
you know when we talk about
Individual.
underrated,
He was alright.
yeah. When we talk about underrated, like Sancho, I thought was like all in, considering. So what did we do? We paid about 5 mil to have him for the season, right?
Yeah.
I'm all right with that. It's not my money, so I'm always going to be. But I'm all right with that. Do you know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
thought Sancho was all right.
He was solid,
didn't
innit?
You
Yeah.
give him a bit of stick
What,
because
Sancho?
you're just jealous that he's there and Mudryk's not.
They're
right?
polar opposites.
You're jealous. You're jealous that he's in the team and Mudryk's
So
not.
Do you know what it is for
surely,
me?
wait a second. But surely Sancho's got a really good move now. Then
Hey?
surely he's gone to a really big club.
No,
he's a
gone
good player.
He's
So
gone to
Mudryk
Man
player.
United.
He's still
don't
hanging
even-
around.
don't worry
Do you know
about
what
that.
it is for me? Yes, it's very difficult. Sancho and Garnacho are polar opposites.
They are.
It's very difficult to almost love both, or Mudryk, right? Because I just feel like the spectrum is just so wide. Now, obviously, if you want different options, and there they are. But Sancho, the only thing with Sancho is he wasn't pulling the trigger enough. He actually had the shooting tech. We saw it in the final,
Yep.
but he just did not want to pull the trigger. Did it against Tottenham
Spurs,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was like, I was actually starting to get frustrated with him because where I think Sancho can get to is really high, in as opposed to Garnacho and Mudryk, where I would have them lower. But then he doesn't get to those heights or deliver, and then it's just frustrating. But there was a time where I wanted him and Hudson-Odoi balling out on the Chelsea flanks together. So
I
it's a
love.
shame.
I miss.
Yeah.
Benson, who are you most excited to
Most
see in this
excited to
season?
see?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll try and give a different answer to João Pedro that I've given on all the other videos filmed with the boys. I think Enzo Fernandez, you know. I think he is going to have kind of an unlocking role this year in the team where there's going to be so many people ahead of him that are going to just be kind of moving around, scattering about, don't know who's going to end up where. And I think he's going to have a bit more of a freedom of the pitch. I think Caicedo has kind of grown to the point where he can just sit there in front of those centre-backs now by himself, and he clearly can do it by himself. And I think even if you take him off or if he's not in the team, I still think Enzo Fernandez is a lot more free. I think I like him a lot more when he's on that left side of the midfield and he can kind of operate in that half space a little bit more. I just think what I saw from him at the start of last season compared to now, and the numbers don't lie, and obviously goals and assists are flipping important in any team, is just a huge glow up. Like I'm thinking, Caicedo's the £100 million man. I'm not sure about Enzo Fernandez. Now I'm convinced by Enzo Fernandez. And I think we've obviously signed a lot of attackers and they're the ones you expect to score you the goals. But I think someone's got to give him the ball, and I think Enzo will.
Yeah. The amount of goals and assists he actually popped up with last season went under the radar as well. Last thing, completely off topic to what we just chatted about, but it's the way my brain works.
Welcome to the Jadon podcast.
Are we in a better position or a worse position right now than the day before Roman Abramovich got sanctioned?
Well, Eunice, you might want to take that one.
This will be interesting.
So the day before Roman Abramovich gets sanctioned, he's still Chelsea owner. We've had that transfer ban, but now we're back able to spend money.
Yeah.
We've won the Champions League the season before. Are we in a better or worse position right now?
Better. Clearly better.
I think we're okay in terms of level. You could say because we were Champions League winners, Thomas Tuchel, things were looking good. Mm-hmm. We're at least back at that stage, but the outlook for the future is a lot more bigger. It's a lot more bigger because we've transformed the squad. We've got young players. We've got the youngest squad by a mile. They're all quite talented. They're all super skilled. We've won the Club World Cup in the way that we have. We're talking about winning the title, winning the Champions League. Like we're back in that conversation again.
We did feel that season that we were going to win the Premier League, though, didn't we?
We did.
After signing Lukaku, before it went tits up.
He was meant to be the final piece.
We thought that
we won the Champions League. That's why
exactly.
we had a couple of people on the Ballon d'Or list.
And that's what I'm saying. We went into that season. I should have maybe phrased it going into that season because we went into that season feeling like we were going to. When we beat Arsenal at the Emirates, that was a game where I was like, oh, okay, we're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Like I know this feeling. This is when we win the league. It didn't happen. For whatever reason, it went downhill from there. I think that it's a quite easy answer to say, yeah, we're in a better position because we're thinking about the future and stuff like that. But you can argue it. You can look at it and you can go, well, hold on. The team that we had then had winners that had won stuff at Chelsea Football Club. This team does now too, and is at a younger age, but they hadn't won the heights of what that team had.
This is why I say we're back at that level. But the outlook on it is so much more bigger.
Yeah.
And when you look at what's possible with this squad, they're all super young. We can go for the next 10 years with a lot of these same players, and who knows what we're going to do. The chemistry will increase. The way that we play will get better. Systematically, it will get better.
Do you think we would have said that if we didn't win the Club World Cup? Let's say we would have got to the final, had a good tournament, but then PSG were like a level above us. Would we still look at that the same way? Do you think it's the Club World Cup
Maybe
that's
not.
made it so?
Yeah. But again, that's deserved because we did beat the best team in Europe, and it wasn't by luck.
Yeah.
You know, people would look and go, maybe you grab a 1-0, it's a bit lucky. That wasn't by luck. We meant it.
One of the most dominant finals in recent
big time.
years.
Yeah.
We can see how deadly we actually are, and everyone can notice it now. What I will say is, you see, back then, at least going to Stamford Bridge, and you're gonna feel it this season, I'm sure. You'd know that you'd feel we're dangerous. And back with Thomas Tuchel and under Roman, you knew that at any team coming to the Bridge, no, we should be winning this.
Yeah.
For the first time now, we've got that feeling back. Like, it's actually, you go to the Bridge and you feel like we can beat anyone on the planet.
Yeah.
That feeling is back now.
That game against Liverpool, the 3-1, that was the first time that we've beat one of Liverpool, Arsenal, or City since, I believe, the Champions League final.
Yep.
Am I wrong on that?
You might be right on that.
I think
No,
I'm
you're
right.
right.
You're right.
That's what I'm saying. So
Right.
if we are to compete for the Premier League this season, we need to be beating... I'd say we need 3 wins at least out of those games there.
Yeah.
Out of those 6 games, I think we need 3 wins if we're to be...
I think if you get 4 points
Yeah.
out of against Liverpool, Arsenal, Man City, we're in a very good spot.
Do you know what it is as well? Is it's not just this season that we got to think about as well. It's how we're going to be set up for the next 5 years.
Exactly.
And the thing is the future is so bright. They've future planned in such a smart way. What I love about what we're doing right now is we've got, like, look at Pedro Neto on the right hand side. You've got a player that's ready right now, playing in the Premier League, looks so good. Then you've got a Brazilian wonder kid, you know, below him in the pecking order that can come in and mix it for minutes. Then you also look on the left-hand side, we've got the same thing. We've got players that aren't even with the club right now that are going to improve us. So I just think, for me, I would want my club running that way where I'm like, I'm not just thinking about the next season. I'm thinking about the next 5. And I feel like with the way that we're actually being run, do you know what's so funny? I think all of us have actually like questioned the board and questioned the way that they run things. But I think now we're kind of seeing the seeds that they sowed, and now we're looking and we're seeing now we're actually.
I think this window just gone. Their estimations have gone way higher because you can see the players they're bringing in are actually for purpose. I think last summer there was too much PSR or agent-led deals and Felix and double tens and misprofiling in Cuckoo and Guewers back up to Jackson. That's not serious enough. Now it's like, Cucurella and Hato, like you said, James Gusto,
they learned from it,
like Neto Estevao. Like there's actually experience which is either just come from playing for a few years or they've actually just got it, and then there's balance everywhere, and then you're like, actually, this team's actually, it's young. But there's quite a few.
And I think there's one
through.
man we can thank for that, Enzo Maresca, because he came in first season, he made sense of the squad that was given to him, and this summer they've done something I was hoping they would do. Let the manager have a voice. Let him have opinions on the players he wants, the profiles he wants, and all of these buyers reflect that. And when you have that synergy of manager and directors, this is how the great teams get built.
I think we've got a really good manager there. I look at our performances in second halves. Now, obviously, this isn't the best statistic to have, but do you know what the average time of our first goal in a game was?
That is
47 minutes.
It was around
last season.
It was around the 55-minute mark.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
So
our first goal or any goal.
Our first
second
goal
half, we
we
kind of
scored
turned things
in a
around.
game. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So
Wow.
obviously, look, you'd rather it wasn't that. I'm not saying it like it's a good stat,
Yeah.
but what I will say is under Mauricio Pochettino, I saw so many just dead second halves. Like I was just like, I should have stayed down there drinking, man. Like, I shouldn't have even come up for this one.
Wait a second, you really
Whereas-
liked Mauricio Pochettino, didn't you? You really liked him. You didn't want to get him sacked.
I didn't want him sacked towards the end of it, but I did see. You're a shit stirrer, aren't you? I did see a load of rubbish second halves, but I think that we've always improved in the second half under Enzo Maresca. And I do so many live streams when, like, you boys must know when you do a live stream, the chat get on you
At
in
half
the first
time,
half.
yeah.
Stop being
Half time.
positive about this, Ross, like whatever.
And I'm like,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wait a minute.
I used to say all the time on the live stream, I used to be like, listen, we're going to win this game 2-0. I'm telling you, we're going to win this
Even
game 2-0.
Conference League as well,
And
it was happening.
It'd be in the Conference League all the time. It'd be
Yeah.
like 0-0
0-0
at half-time.
half time, yeah, I was
I'm
like, they're gonna
we're
smack
going
them
to
3-0.
win them like 2-3-0. Like, don't worry about it. So, trust the process, unless you're an Arsenal fan. Right, nice one, boys. Here's our freestyle that. We've done all right there. Subscribe to everyone's channels. They're in the description thing. All good? I love how I look at Josh for the yes of approval. Like, Josh?
You like Joey's dad.
Josh?
Well done, Joey. Good job.
I call throughout the day multiple times. I'm like, am I allowed to?
And do you know what? Every time it's no.
Am I grounded?
Yeah.
I actually love it.